Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Who is the main creative force in the band?
Well, it's a very difficult question. Rocky and I write most of the songs side by side. I'd say probably our partnership. He's more of the I would say Paul McCartney of the group. I'm more of the John Lennon. You know, I'm a bit darker, more flashy. You know, in general, I tend to write more of the good songs, whereas he tends to write more of the ballads and songs that are really undesirable.
Okay. How did you come up with the name Lumbar Puncture?
Well, you see, when we were all very little kids, we ended up in the same children's hospital with a rare nervous disorder. And we were all in bed side by side, and as I was sitting there picking my guitar while I was afraid I was going to be diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, Rocky reached across the space between the beds and he showed me that I was holding the fret wrong, and I've never forgiven him since that day. But as the four of us were laying there in this children's hospital, the doctors came and each one of us actually got a lumbar puncture, and it just sort of seemed like destiny, and we've played with each other since we were probably about 6 years old from that children's hospital. And you know, ever since we all recovered from our rare spinal diseases, you know, it seemed like fate.
Okay. What is your favorite song?
It's a very tough question for me. It's either going to be probably I really am a big fan of Ashley Simpson, and I'm a huge fan of Hannah Montana. I'm gonna have to say Move Along by the All American Rejects. They're just so hardcore.
My favorite band too. What is the best show that you have ever played?
We had a great show in '98. We were on a city bus actually, and while we were playing, a hobo actually passed out in front of us and died from an OD. And you know, that was at that point, that was the most press one of our shows had gotten. And it was pretty spectacular. I mean, after we got released from jail, it was pretty spectacular, you know, because we were suspected of manslaughter, but you know, charges were dropped, and we sent a nice letter to the hobo's family. So it was a pretty intense show.
Who is your least favorite band member?
You know, I really like all of them except for Rocky. Stony, rather. Yeah, Stony, Rocky. He tries to take control of the band a lot, and he thinks that his solo projects are really good. And really, they're just, I don't have the heart to tell him, but they're pretty retarded, or retardado, as you would say in Espanol.
Is there a lot of tension in the band over who's sleeping with Coco Starlight?
Yeah, well, Coco Starlight is definitely the hottest member of our band. She's our lead singer, and yeah, we all tend to fight over Coco. She really enjoys the attention, in my opinion, you know. But now we're happily married as of 2 years, but the other band members just, they won't back off of Coco, and it's really starting to bug me, you know, because I'm sleeping with her now. But you know, the other day I caught her with Africa in the band practice room, and we're having some tough times.
What bands are your biggest influences?
Well, you know, I listed a few of my favorite bands earlier. We really like Hannah Montana. She's really experimental. We love experimental stuff like Hannah Montana. We're also big fans of Death Clock, the band from Adult Swim. They're extremely hardcore. We love them. Well, at least I do. I can't speak for Stony and the others, you know, Africa and Coco. But I love Avenged Sevenfold. I mean, their lyrics are intense. They're so amazing. I guess probably we style ourselves a lot after Ashley Simpson. We loved her Super Bowl performance. It was so good, and you know, we tried to live up to the majesty that was that performance. Super Bowl '03. It was just mind blowing. It's the Woodstock of our time.
Okay. Which World War was your favorite?
You see, you know, the band argues about this a lot. It's pretty funny, actually, but I'm a World War I fan myself. You know, it's just the American dream was really fulfilled. The imperialistic, you know, American Expeditionary Force. You know, it was just a great time to be a terrified American youth.
Pirates or ninjas?
We fight about this a lot in the band. It's pretty funny, you know. Stony / Rocky, he insists that pirates are the best, but personally, I'm a big fan of ninjas. You know, I'm just gonna have to go with ninja on this one.
Yes.
Just for reasons that are too complicated to go into.
They are the best on the planet. Are seersucker jeans a good idea?
No. Objectively, realistically, in every sense, seersucker jeans are a bad idea.
And finally, boxers or briefs?
Well, I wear mine very brief.
Nice.